Hello and welcome to Chubby Pug Yarn Podcast. And my pug is like barking as soon as I start record. He's quiet, and then when I hit the record button, he starts barking. Alphonse, tyst med dig. I don't know what's with these two today. Alphonse, tyst. If you're new to this podcast, welcome. Thank you for checking me out. They are usually not this loud. I don't know what's with them today. But anyways, I hope they can keep quiet soon. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It's been, I think, 2 weeks since I recorded last. As you maybe can hear on my voice, I have been sick. And I am on my recovery now. I got a really nasty cold, and I got worse and worse during the last week. So this Thursday I crashed on my couch when I got home from work, and I have been almost living on the couch like the whole weekend. Today it's Sunday, May 3rd. Maybe I should have said that before. But yeah, Sunday today. So today I feel a little bit better. So I thought I should record. So I hope my voice won't be too disturbing and the dogs won't bark too much. I have a cup of tea. So I hope it can smooth my voice a little bit. It's a new favorite tea of mine. It's a green tea, and it was named Japanese cherries, and it's really delicious. So I drink a lot of tea to get my voice working a little bit better. But yeah, I have been quite productive, even though I have been sick like the whole weekend. But the week before, when I just was a little bit like had some pain like in my face, which I often get, like the sinuses, forehead and cheeks, I felt quite okay, so I was knitting a lot. So I have a little bit to talk about at least. I hope the dogs will rest now. So yeah, maybe I should go on to my knitting directly. I actually have 2 finished objects, or 1 really finished object and 1 kind of a finished object. And the finished object is the Skappelgenser, the white sweater that I have been showing you for like a month or so. I have actually given it to the recipient since he was very eager to get it. So I have pre-recorded a little short presentation of the sweater. I actually don't remember now what I said in it. Stupid, I should have checked it out before I started recording. But anyway, it's a Norwegian design for a very simple sweater that you knit in squares and then sew them together. And I knitted it in 2 strands of alpaca yarn. 1 strand Sandnes Mini alpaca, which is a tightly spun alpaca yarn, and 1 Rauma Iris, which is a spun with like a lot of hairs sticking out. I don't know how to describe it. So the sweater gets a lot of halo, and it's really warm. It's all knitted in garter stitch, since you knit back and forth, so it's only like stockinette stitches back and forth. And hopefully I can cut it in here. Hello everybody, this is the pre-recorded video that I hopefully will remember to talk about in the episode. I feel that I don't have enough to talk about today when I'm recording, but I have a finished object that I need to leave to the recipient. So I will record this little piece today, where I show you my finished object, and then I will record the rest of the podcast when I have time and more to talk about. So the eternal Skappelgenser is now done. Last time you saw it, I had little bit of the arm, or sleeve, maybe you should say. But now I have knitted like the full length sleeve on both sides, and I have sewn it together. So the way this sweater works is you just knit like rectangles, except you do a little bit of decreases for the front piece for the neckline, and then you sew it together. So I don't know if you can see it, but here's my seam for the shoulder, and then the sleeve have a seam on there, and then you just continue to seam it down the whole sweater. So maybe it's easier if I show you how it looks on. So this is supposed to be quite a baggy sweater. So this is knitted with 2 strands of alpaca, one fluffy and one more tightly spun. So as you can see, it's quite much halo on it, and it's all garter stitch except some ribbing in the ends. Now I have a dress on today, so maybe it won't be so pretty, but I can try to show you. So this is how the sweater looks, just straight boxy, and then you have the side seams, and as the pattern describes, you make it a little bit longer in the back than in the front. So yeah, this is the Skappelgenser, and my coworker will receive it tomorrow. If you're curious about this sweater, there is a description in Norwegian for free, like a handwritten recipe, but you can also buy it. I know it's on Ravelry, so I hope, and I think you can get it in English too. It's great if you... Oh, my neighbor is playing music in their car. Alfons, take up. Yeah, so Alfons, come. Alfons, come. Oh yeah, come and say hello. He doesn't like when the neighbors' cars play loud music, so he can hear it. But anyways, back to the sweater. This is quite good if you want to try your first sweater and are afraid to make the sweater too big, because these kind of sweaters can't be too big because they're supposed to be oversized. And I knitted it on 7mm needles, so it's a quite quick knit. You only knit rib and stockinette stitch back and forth, so you get garter stitch. The only thing that is a little bit challenging is the seaming, but I took like my dictionary of knitting and just looked up how to make the seams. So it's the first time I do like this much seaming, and it works out really, really well. Now Alphonse is lying on the sweater, so yeah, this is the finished object. So Skappelgenser, or Skappel sweater in English. Genser is sweater in Norwegian, as I have told you before. So yeah, now I will hopefully get back to my ordinary recording. Bye. And I hope it wasn't too weird. I have a new like program for editing, so I hope I can make it work quite good. But yeah, I have another kind of a finished object. It doesn't count since it got buttons, but it counts since I have knitted it and woven in all the ends. This is the Boblesett sweater. It's so hard when it doesn't have buttons. I think it's size 3 to 6 months. So this is a design from Pickles, knitted from the bottom up with a raglan sleeve, and I'm supposed to sew in buttons. And in the set, it's also a little hat, and it's supposed to be pants, but I'm not sure if I'm going to knit it. I really like this bubble stitch, which is really fun. I never done it before, so it was a new thing for me. It's knitted in Abuelita Merino 4-ply, and I really like the yarn. It was really nice. And it's knitted on 4 and 4.5 millimeter needles, and I think it turned out great. So I'm going to sew in the buttons and soak it, and yeah. So maybe I will give it a quick show when I have the buttons sewn in. So this was an order from my fiance, who is going to give it away to a little baby to come. So yeah, sweater and hat. So that's the finished objects, at least for the knitting part. I think I'm going to take some more tea. Oh, I really like tea. But yeah, since I have bind off 2 projects, I of course needed to cast on 2 new projects. So the first one is a pair of socks that lives in my pug bag from Burlap Bags. This is the socks so far. As you can see, I'm knitting them toe up, 2 at a time. And I think it's really nice yarn. The yarn is from TurtlePurl Yarns in Canada, I believe. And the colorway is named Live Long and Prosper. They made the colorway, I think it was around about the time when Leonard Nimoy passed away, and I really wanted to knit a pair of socks with this colorway. So it's supposed to represent the colors of their uniforms in Star Trek, and I really must like my boyfriend since I'm knitting them for him. So the really good thing with TurtlePurl Yarns is that when it comes, it is in 2 50-gram skeins that I could wound up in 2. So the socks are perfectly matching. It's like OCD skeins, and it's a genius thing. So I'm knitting this for my boyfriend, or fiance, I should say by now. I haven't learned. So he preferred the rounded toe. Lynne Ashton is the designer for the pattern I found in Ravelry for a rounded seamless toe. And then it's 72 stitches around, and I'm knitting in them on 2.25. This is Knit Pro Nova, my metallic ones. I prefer wooden needles mostly, but when I wanted needles that was so thin, I couldn't get them in wooden needles. I'm thinking about changing them to carbons, since I really enjoy my DPN carbons, but I haven't thought too much about it. But anyways, 72 stitches, 2.25 needles. Live long and prosper socks for my fiance. And the other cast on is going to be here for a while, since it's a sweater. Now I need to be careful so I don't break anything. I will explain why later. Let's see. This is an Icelandic sweater. And it's called, I will totally butcher the name since I'm not speaking Icelandic, Vetur, maybe, by the designer, and I will butcher her name as well, Vedis Jonsdottir, maybe, or something. I will put like the links in the show notes and probably put the name down on the screen so you can see how it's spelled. Yeah, Vedis Jonsdottir, Vetur. And I think it's Icelandic for winter, if I'm not totally wrong. This is knitted with a little bit of a special yarn, but it's I have knitted the bottom ribbing and started the patterning, and it's going to be a lice patterning on the body, so it's knitted bottom up, and then it's a really nice color joke. Sorry. So yeah, I started on 4.5 for the ribbing, and now I'm knitting the body on 5.5 millimeter needles. I have no idea of the US sizes, but the special thing is for this, except it's an Icelandic sweater, so it's quite special for me anyways, but the yarn is a little bit special. I will put the spelling of the yarn's name. It's called Plötulopi, probably butchering the name, but that's how it's spelled anyways. And it's I think they call it unspun yarn. It's quite interesting since it comes in cakes like this, and let's see if I can find the end somewhere. It's really, really thin, and as you can see, it's almost not spun at all. It's just so it keeps together, and I realized that if it gets stuck, it breaks so easily. But it's, on the other hand, it's quite easy to just rub it together and it will be working again. So I have lots of these cakes. So you knit with one strand from the inside and one strand from the outside. So this is a warm brown color, and then I have this oatmeal kind of color. And what I really, really like about it is that it knits up like really, really nice. I don't I believe it would not be as scratchy as the other sweater I have knit in Let Loopy. It just feels that way, but I'm on the lightly knitted fabric, but I can be wrong. So that will be a nice experiment. So yeah, the only hard thing about it is that it breaks so easily. I bought this on Iceland when I was there in 2013. Yeah, 13. And she said that you could either like knit directly from these cakes, or you can take one strand from the outside and one from inside, and then wound it to like a regular ball or cake, and then knit from it. But I'm lazy, so I knit directly from the cake. It works quite well since I have them in. I have like a sweater bag where I keep the cakes I'm knitting on. So I have knitted quite much of the brown on the sweater. It's going to be mostly in the oatmeal, and then have the like brown lice patterning, and then color work like this, and a little more complicated on the yoke. So that's exciting, and I really want to knit a lot on it. So I will, as usual, put a marker on where I am today, and we can see the progress next time I record. I have been thinking about it, and since I have been sick and busy, I have almost always recorded every other week. So maybe it's better if I just record longer. Excuse me. If I record longer episodes every other week, rather than trying to record every week and not succeed in it. I don't know. I will think about it. We'll see. So that's for the knitting, and in the crochet department I have been crocheting a little bit. I got a big box of scraps from Frida Knitting With You, and I have been making squares in some of the yarn. I have no idea what this is or any of them, but I really liked how they turned out. So this is orange, purple and blue with sparkle, and this one my boyfriend liked, reds and greens and blues, and all of these were really nice, and one darker with greens and blues and some reddish browns, really pretty. So now I have these, and like the bunch I showed you last time, that I need to weave in ends and attach them to the blanket. So maybe it's time for that soon. I can't just crochet the squares and not attach them to the blanket. But yeah, in the spinning I have had some progress. I now actually have something to show you. This is my first bobbin of Rolags. So this is 8 Rolags, so about 50 grams if I have spun it correctly. And I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It's quite thin and quite even to be me. So I'm going to I'm going to spin the other 8 Rolags on my other bobbin, and then I'm going to two-ply it and start looking for some shawl pattern. I haven't been knitting any shawls for ages, so I'm hoping I can knit something, a shawlette at least, with this. I have no idea what the yardage is on this. It's 100 gram in total, or 110 maybe, from Knittersgonnaknit, and Queen of Hearts is the colorway. So it's grays, white and red. really nice. So I need to make another one. Yeah, let's see. I have done a little bit, oh dog hair, a little bit of work on my cross stitch, the Banksy graffiti cross stitch. It's not so interesting now since it's a lot of black. So yeah, but I take one row at a time, and it will be really nice to have it done, and I can put it on my wall or something. And I'm looking forward to do like it's going to have an arm up here with some flowers, so it will be a little bit of color, but the rest is black, so I need to make the whole body and legs. But I have done some progress, and I really like my needle. Do you say needle minder? It's a fox. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, but I have done some progress. I have made like from the underarm and down. And I have been doing some other crafts as well. I was looking around on Pinterest, very dangerous things to do, and I found some sewing patterns, and I really got inspired. So I made this. As I maybe have told you, I have a little cousin who is turning 1 this year. So I made her a dress. So this is the front, and this is the back with some buttons. So the fabric is small faces with elephants, dogs, cats, with like bears and stuff, with different hats and ties and stuff, and rabbits. The pattern is called Geranium dress. I don't know how to pronounce it. And I found it on madebyray.com. It's the website. I really like the pattern since it came with like several sizes and several alternatives to how to make it. You can make it with this like this shaping of the arm, and one straight up, and one with like some flutter, or I don't know what you call it, like some wrinkly fabric. And you can make it with this pleated skirt, or you can make it with like, I don't know, sewing isn't my thing, where you sew like with really big stitches and then put it together so it wrinkles. Yeah, so it was some different solutions, so you can just combine as you wanted. So this is the size 12 to 18 months. Oh, I need to sneeze, sorry. Sorry. Yeah. So I went and bought the fabric, and I sewed this together in last weekend in the Saturday morning. I cut it on the Friday evening, and then I sewed it off on Saturday morning before lunch. It was really fun, and I haven't been sewing much, so it's not perfect. If I'm going to be picky, I didn't succeed totally with like the opening. I was really pleased with how I successfully made the buttonholes on my sewing machine. I have never done it before, so it was experimenting, but I succeeded and it works. So yeah, I'm probably going to make more of these dresses. I have a green fabric, or green and pale yellow, like stripes with circles of flowers inside. I don't know how to explain it, but I think it would be really nice as a Geranium dress. I'm thinking about buying her her dress for adults. I think it's called washi dress. I'm not sure. We'll put links in the show notes as always. I'm thinking about buying the adult size so I can sew myself a dress, since I liked how she described how to make it in the PDF. It was pictures and descriptions that was very clear. So for me, who is a beginner, it was really nice. Yeah. And that was all on the crafty side. And then we come to stash a lot. I haven't stashed any fiber or yarn, but I have been shopping cross stitch patterns. Maybe it's a sign that I find the black cross stitching a little bit boring, because I was hanging around on Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery website and accidentally ordered some more cross stitch. So this is Beekeeper. Really cute. And then the Strawberry Froyo Party. Really cute. And then they have like a theme they call pen pals, which is like small cross stitches that you can. They look a little bit like stamps, and you can like send them to pen pals or put them on your wall. But anyways, so I got this one. It's called Pen Pals 202. So it's a little cute girl with a letter and a letterbox, birds and things. And the Pen Pals Spring Day at the Carrot Farm, number 205, which is this cute bunny with carrots. So I'm planning to make all of these. I think it's a sign that I need some color in my cross stitch. I'm thinking about casting, or do you say cast on? Stitch on? I don't know. To start one of the color cross stitches, so I can have two to alternate, so the black cross stitch doesn't get boring. But there is a risk that if I stop doing that and start on the colorful Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery cross stitches, I will do all of them and do nothing on the black shadowy cross stitch. I know myself a little bit, but we'll see what I do. Or maybe I can start on the cross stitch pillow that my brother gave me for my birthday. I have sorted out all the colors, so I'm thinking about making it. I have too little craft time and too much crafty stuff to do. So yeah, I have been thinking about renaming one of my topics that comes back now and then. I have been calling it Knitting Desires, which is mostly what I have been talking about. But I have been thinking, and I often get desires about other crafty stuff. So I'm thinking about renaming it to Crafty Desires, so I can talk about stuff I like or stuff I would like to get but don't have at the moment. So yeah, Crafty Desires will be the new name, and I have a crafty desire for the last couple of weeks. I have been drooling on Instagram and on Etsy. There's an American little company on Etsy called Snyder Spindles. I got my top whirl spindle. Stupid, I didn't bring it. Stupid me. anyways, this beautiful top world spindle I have with like notches on them. I have totally lost the word for it, but it got several notches on it, and it's like really steampunky and cool. And I have been watching on Etsy and following him on Instagram, and he have been posting how he have been developing Turkish spindles in wood, different kind of wood, and I'm so in love with them. I have been spinning mostly on my spinning wheel since I got it from my grandmother, or inherited, maybe you say. But I really enjoy my top world spindle as well, and I have been thinking about getting a Turkish one to try out, since I like the concept of getting a little turtle that you can fly from if you don't fly on the fly, and it's and he have made several different ones, and the cool thing is that on these bent whirl things, I don't know the terms, but the little bow that you have in the bottom of your Turkish spindle, he have made them with like punched out different patternings. So he has one with cats on them and dinosaurs and narwhals, and they are really pretty. I will post a picture if I'm able to. But anyways, I have really been falling in love with them, and I'm thinking about getting one, maybe in, oh, I don't remember, he had one with really dark wood. I don't remember, maybe cherry or oak, I'm not sure, but they are really pretty anyway. So if you haven't seen Snyder Spindles before, check out the link I will post. They are really beautiful. I'm really satisfied with the one spindle I have, and I want to buy another one, preferably a Turkish one. Maybe he has like the sci-fi ones with holes, like a dark bottom with a light shaft. You say that? Or anyways, or one with some cute animal. He had some really cool, like dinosaurs and narwhals and birds and stuff. They were really cute. So maybe I can get one later this year if I'm lucky. But yeah, that's my my crafty desire for this week. And lastly, I have podcast love and announcements. Now the pug is back. I talked last time I recorded about me getting some stash enhancement in the shape of Madeleine Tosh for making a Hitofude sweater, and I got contacted by Frida, Knitting with You, which I talk about quite a lot, and she asked if we could have a cal together with this pattern, and I said of course. So that's our plan. We're going to have a knit along with the Hitofude sweater. We are planning to have some prizes, so price drawings, and we haven't figured out how to solve all the prizes, so I will come with more information when I get it. But we're planning to start, so the start will be the 1st of June, and then you will have to the 31st of August, so the last of August, to knit, so you have the whole summer to knit. So I figured now you have like a month to get the yarn if you want to join. I would really like to see if anyone else wants to join. That would be awesome. Have my first cat, exciting. So we will have the hashtag chubby you can. So you can use it on all social media when you want to use it. And we're going to have one thread for chatter and one thread for finished objects. So I'm hoping that someone wants to join and knit this beautiful sweater together with us, so we can discuss all the successes and failures and help each other out with the pattern. I think it will be awesome. I'm looking forward to it. So yeah, I will give you more information when we have solved all the practical things. But if you want to join, get your yarn, start preparing, so we can have cast on the 1st of June. And that was everything I had for the cal part. So, oh yeah, sorry. One thing, we are planning to have VKNs. So we haven't figured out really how and when, but during this time we will figure out how to have some VKN virtual knit nights where we can knit on this together and talk about it. So that would be really exciting. I really like being on VKNs. Sorry, trying to like not cough too much. Yeah. So prizes, knitting, hopefully a lot of fun. I have also gotten some comments in my Ravelry group, which I thank you so much for. I have gotten the question if I'm going to knit something to my wedding, since I'm planning to get married next summer. I have been thinking about it, and I can't really decide, actually. As we are planning to have, if it's possible, to have the wedding late in the summer. So if I'm going to knit something, it's probably going to be a shawl. But I haven't decided on like the dress or type of dress or anything, so I'm not really sure. But if you have any patterns you could recommend or think would be beautiful, I would really appreciate it. So maybe I can get some inspiration for it. That would be fun. I have quite wide shoulders, so for the wedding dress part, I'm not going to have like one without something on the shoulders. So I need something to cut up my upper body so it looks more proportional. But maybe it would be nice to have a shawl to have like in the evening. I don't know what you think. But I really like when you comment and give me a thumbs up on YouTube, comment on Instagram, write in my Ravelry group. I'm trying to be more active and doing my best. And I thank you really much for you who watches and comes back to my podcast. I'm really overwhelmed. I can see the statistics that it's not only my family who watches. So yeah, that's about it. I feel so weird when I have my glasses on. I just looked in my screen. I usually don't have glasses, but I have them when I have a cold. So yeah. Yeah, so I think this is going to be it before my voice gives up totally. But it has been really nice coming back talking to you, and I hope that I will talk to you soon again. Keep on commenting, give me thumbs up. You can find the Ravelry group if you search for Chubby Pug Yarn Podcast. You will find it on Ravelry. Join in on the fun. happy knitting and spinning or crafting, whatever you do. Take care. Bye.